Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get back into doing my TBR jar. I did this for the first time in November. I skipped out on December because I wanted to just stick with festive books, but I think for January I want to go back to a TBR because I have a huge physical TBR and it's overwhelming. So this was so fun to do the first time. I really enjoyed finding books to fit the prompts and I found it really fun, and then I feel like I was successful in reading the books I chose. So I think I did 8 last time. I'm not going to do that many just because January is quite a busy month for me. So I think I'm going to do 6, maybe 7. I'm not sure. We'll see whether I get some good ones on the TBR. I took out the ones that I did last time, so I won't pick the same ones. Let's get straight into it. I don't even remember what I wrote on these because I will have made it in October. That's actually crazy. Right, you can see first a book with a pretty cover. Since my last TBR video I've reorganised my bookshelves, so this is kind of more aesthetic, and then over there I have random books that either aren't in a series or just don't fit in the categories on my shelves. So I'm going to go take a look and then I will get back to you when I've picked the book. I have had a little look around my shelves for a book with a pretty cover, and I think I'm going to go with The Bone Season. And this, I bought it because of the cover, so I think if that's not proof that I think this is a pretty cover, then what is? Also, I bought this with my friend and me and him are going to buddy read this hopefully this month together. We were discussing it when we went out the other day, so that's perfect that I've got it on this TBR. And it's set in the future and it says Paige is a dream walker, and that's not allowed. Arrested for murder and they've been looking for somebody with her abilities, and then I guess they put her through tests or something. I don't know, but it sounds interesting. I've heard great things about this series. It's quite a thick one, but I honestly feel like I gravitate towards fantasy in January. I don't know what it is, maybe because it's miserable outside, but I'm very excited for this. This is going to be the first one on my January TBR. Time for pick number 2. So let's see. I really hope we don't get any bad ones because I am trying to do a smaller TBR. What is this one? A book with stars on the cover. Okay, I'm gonna go have a little look for this one and then I will come back. Okay, this one might be cheating, but my TBR, my rules. So I'm gonna go with Iron Flame. This is a reread, but this January Onyx Storm comes out and I reread Fourth Wing not that long ago, and I'm trying to reread this before the new one comes out just to refresh everything that happened. And there is stars on it. They are just tiny and there, but a star is a star. So I'm going to put this in my TBR, which I'm really happy about because I definitely was getting to this month. We have 2 fantasy books so far, but I don't mind that at all. So time for pick number 3. This is going so quick. Right, I'm going to do this one. Okay, let's see. You can look first. An author you haven't read before. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. I have been desperate to get to this book. Dance of Thieves. It has been on my TBR maybe 2 years, maybe even more, and I think now's just the time. I've been seeing like things on my Pinterest of these characters and I think it's just time for me to start it. So it is another fantasy book, but I honestly do not mind, and I've never read a book by Mary E. Pearson before. I do know that you can read a series before this one and it kind of gives you a better understanding of maybe the politics or some of the creatures in this world, but I don't think I want to do that, so I'm just going to go straight in with this one. And this is our 3rd pick for the month. Pick number 4. I'm going to go for one right at the bottom. There we go. Let's see. It goes this way. popular book. Ooh, so would that be like a book top book or one that I know as being popular? This one might need a little think. I will come back. So I think for this pick, which was a popular book, I'm going to be quite sneaky, conniving. I bought the book because I've never seen the stage show. I saw the film, seen it twice now. I'm obsessed with it, and I don't know what happens in part 2, but I will give myself permission to find out before the second film, if I get it from the book. And I also just want to know more about the characters, and I feel like this will be like a deep dive. But this also works for a popular book in terms of the song Popular from the film, which I think is quite witty and clever. So this is going to be the 4th pick for January. That is literally 4 fantasy books. Oops. Number 5. Oh, why am I looking? Okay, I'm going to go for this one. Let's see. Oh. A book. What? Ooh. A book with over 400 pages. Okay, I'm going to have to go and count some pages. I don't even know what I want to read. I'm going to have to come back. I'm sorry if you think this is cheating, but I'm going to go with Collide by Bal Cabra, because her second book comes out in January and I really want to get to that. That's got a ballerina in it, and that sold. So I'm going to go with this one. Now I think I looked and it's 405 is the last page. Can you see that? 405. But I think that is an extract from the next book. But the book, it says a book with over 400 pages. This book does. So I'm counting that. So this is going on my TBR, and that's great because this is not a fantasy, so get a little bit of variety. This is a romance book between a hockey player and a sports psychologist. Ooh, I think it's like, is it called a school romance? Is there a high school romance? I don't know. To be honest, I go into books blind, but I'm very excited about this one. I'm very excited that's on there because I really wanted to get to that before the new release. And it's got such pretty sprayed edges. I literally went on a hunt for this book when it came out. But final pick for January. The pressure's on with this one. I've kind of got all the books that I wanted to read next month on my TBR, so this one could be super random. Let's see. I'm gonna go for this one that is at the very bottom. Okay. We're gonna do this one. You can see it before me. Oh no. Book out of your comfort zone. What is out of my comfort zone? I feel like I usually read romance, fantasy, thrillers. I might have to go and look because it might just be a book that I haven't gravitated towards, but that could have a really random reason. I'm gonna go and have a look. That took me absolutely ages. I feel like I found a really good option because it's one that I saw a girl on TikTok say it was her like top book of last year, and to be honest I think it's out of my comfort zone because I don't really know what it's about. Just know that girl loved it and she seemed really smart, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna get it. It's Penance by Eliza Clark. It says, nearly a decade after the horrifying murder of a 16-year-old in a seaside town, a journalist has written the definitive account of the crime. I'm gonna go into it blind, and this is one that I definitely wanted to pick up in the colder months. I don't think this is a summer read, but yeah, I think this is a good choice as it's definitely out of my comfort zone. This is the TBR we have gathered for January, and I'm actually very excited for all these books. It's a lot of fantasy that may have to be broken up, but I feel like we can do this because I've done less. I just don't want to scare myself at the first hurdle. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Stick around to hear my thoughts about those books, hopefully in some upcoming videos. And yeah, I will speak to you very, very soon.